place. It's a disaster area.
Just give me a chance to wake up.
How would you like it if I went into your car and just left my panties all over the seats? Listen, I know it is hard not having a room of your own, but we just have to make it work. Just until you go back to NYU.
I'm not going back to NYU.
Oh, well, what are you gonna do?
I want to welcome everybody back to the beginning of our summer season.
Look at you. Come here and give me a man hug, will you? Come on, put some pelvis into it, huh?
Yeah, okay.
You got your whole life to make good decisions.
You, me, tonight, kick off Kegger. We'll be each other's wingmen.
Hey, my friend over there was wondering if you wanted to party with him.
Which one?
One with the beard.
Does he have any weed?
Probably.
Okay, whatever.
David, you here? Now she's over.
Is she decent? We got to come up with some sort of a code for when one of us is entertaining a lady friend. Like a tube sock on the doorknob.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
You need to be out there, finding your voice.
You never told me how it went with Misty last night. Well, what happened?
Nothing.
You can't let it go on like this.
You're right. I'm gonna do it. I'd really like to take you out somewhere nice, you know? Something romantic with waitresses and shit.
What is your 5-year plan?
I don't really have one.
So, what's your 1-year plan?
I guess to figure out what it is I'm good at. That someone's willing to pay me to do. Oh, what's that smell?
Someone's dreams dying. Or a decomposing mouse.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
This is quite a little setup.
It is quite a little
These
setup.
these
Just
are
for you.
all so lifelike, these models of people that you have. They look real.
They're wax figures created just
They're
for you, Paul.
fantastic representations.
They even speak.
They do.
They do, much like your character does on season 2 of Red Oaks.
There it is.
There it is. So let's talk about season 2. Nice segue, right? Very. Talk to me about season 2 because it's very different from the first.
Yes, it's later.
Later, someone lives in Paris and speaks in a very pretentious accent.
Excuse me, pretentious. No, it is. Season 2 is, it's deeper. It's not that it's all of a sudden not a comedy. It's just, you just know the characters so much better now, and so you want to know more about them.
And what's nice about when you do a series, and especially when you're doing a nice little 10 episode, is and it takes place a year. It's literally a year later. So we know the characters, we know what they're going through, and they're all going through some sort of transition in life, and you're going with them on these journeys. So there's a lot going on with my pretend daughter and this guy, and Jennifer's marriage is not so much happening anymore.
So catch me up on where all of your characters are at this point.
Go, Craig, talk.
Paris.
Well, initially.
Yeah, no. Well, he is, I don't know, for my character, I suppose David is kind of at a place where, the last season he was thinking about doing a lot of things and now he has to do it. So that's probably where he is. He's through the rabbit hole with Alice, looking very happy.
And what about you? That was a very
Follow that.
Yeah, that was a very, very wise answer. I like that.
You seem surprised.
Well, because your kid. The only reason I seem surprised.
I see how it goes down here.
No, the reason I seem surprised is because your character is quite the opposite.
Yeah. Yes. That's just me, but yeah, playing it.
And Jennifer?
And my marriage in the show has come to a close, and so Judy is now also left the nest at the same time as her son, and is probably having a similar, almost more adolescent, awkward transition in a middle-aged body, but emotionally very...
I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah, well,
seriously.
Middle-aged body.
Take a look at my spine. But anyway, so...
That was the original title of the show, by the way.
Look at my spine?
Take a look at my spine. The other one was, does this look okay to you?
Anyways, so I'm basically trying to figure out who I am, what I want to do, who I want to have sex with, and what makes me happy, because I think I've probably been on hold for 22 years thinking about other people, so I feel a little bit at sea and excited and lonely and...
Liberated, maybe?
What's that?
Liberated?
Oh, for sure. That feeling when you take your bra off at night and you're like, yeah, that.
Is that not the highlight of your day?
Oh,
By the way?
it's so
I mean,
fun.
come on.
If only other things were that good.
Sorry, guys. But it's the truth.
All right. Well, so Sky has gone to Paris, and she is sort of. We start the season off by seeing David coming to visit her there, and sort of seeing how she has evolved. You know, she's in this place now where she wants to be an artist, and she is living her dream, basically living in Paris, painting every day, and and it just sort of opens up that whole world to her. And for when she comes back to New Jersey, it's sort of
Culture shock.
yeah.
Paris and New Jersey are very different.
They are?
Very different, yes.
Paul, your character is not having
Tough
a good
time.
time.
Tough time.
Not a good time for him in any capacity, except he has a hot wife. That's good.
Yes, I have the hot wife. Gina Gershon plays my hot wife. At the end of season 1, some stuff hits the fan for me. And season 2, I'm really dealing with the fallout and the world as I know it might be coming to an end. All the privilege and the security of family and all that. So they've done a beautiful job, the writers, of taking these stories and moving them forward. And you're right, it is deeper. The show, season 2 is deeper and in some ways, I think it's even more filmic. It's more cinematic, and
Wait, have you guys seen it?
no, I heard though it.
I've seen the first 6. You haven't?
I haven't seen Dick.
Well, I guess that answers the question of
that.
we
Jennifer, do
wanted
you
to
mean
have
that
sex.
literally or metaphorically?
Oh, totally, literally.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have pictures. We'll show you later. It'll
Thank
answer
you so much.
It'll answer your second
Some
question.
screenshots, I'll be
and then you
happy.
can watch the episodes on a different day. But yes, how have you changed since last season?
Oh, have I changed last season? I think I've gotten better shoes.
That's not nothing. It's not
And
nothing.
that counts for something.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I think especially you two are going through a situation that was certainly relatable to me when I was in college, where, you know, you think that there's a shortcut to what you want in life and you're not sure how to get it. And I remember thinking to myself at one point, I could be a cab driver. Like, why would I go to college and get a degree? Like, you can make so much more money being a cab driver.
And I think especially, you know, Sky and David do come from sort of different worlds, and Sky does have a lot available to her because she has the finances. So she
had a lot.
And yeah, it's in flux at the moment, but for the time being, she still can run off to Paris and afford to go there and paint. And it's sort of interesting how those things work within their relationship, because she's always saying to him, well, do it. You want to make movies. You want to be an artist. Do it, do it, do it. And for her, it's a little bit easier for her than it is for him. And I don't think she can quite always understand that.
I never even understood that till you just said that. That's really, no, it's truly. I was like, oh yeah, because you grew up different than him. I was seeing the same shot. I thought you were the same person. But I see it. I see the difference.
Paul, do you draw on your own parenting experience to play Sky's dad?
Yeah.
Because, dear God, I can't figure out if I love the guy or if you just want to
Yeah, my
throttle
kids feel
him.
the same way about me. They feel affection, but at the same time, they want to change the channel. There's certainly, you watch, your kids go through something, and the joy and the horror of parenting is that you really only have so much control, and you can't shelter and protect them. And so I have boys, but in this case, in the show, she's my little baby, but she's obviously a grown woman, and I do everything I can to keep her away from him. Not that he's a bad guy, David, but I feel that she could probably do better. And but there is this thing of letting go, which you have to learn to gracefully do for your own kids' sake, but also for your own sake.
How does David and Sky's relationship change over the season?
I think what it does, what the writers have done really well is they've commented on how being in a relationship, you develop a lot because you become bouncing boards for each other, I feel, and whether it's for the good or for the bad, nobody really knows. But you develop, and by the end of a relationship, if it ends or if it continues, you're a new person because of that thing, and I think that's what it does. Sorry, it's not much of an anecdote. I can see you falling asleep now.
No.
I'm joking.
Actually,
yes.
I love your dry sense of humor. Actually, so
I hate it.
We'll never know if he means that or not.
But yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's it really. And
if you were looking over at me, I was just going to pretend to fall asleep, but then you didn't look over at me, so we
I
can keep
know.
that going.
but I think that's what it does. Yeah, it's kind of comments on how you help each other become more yourself. I think
Did you ever feel as lost as David does professionally
I
speaking?
am still.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. I mean, who's found in any kind of way? I mean, it's like not to get deep now. I mean, come on. But I do feel
Go for
that
deep. Go for deep.
I'm lost. And that's it. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, how is Steven Soderbergh involved? How involved is he? Because I know he's the producer.
He's an executive producer, but
He hasn't been. He's not on the set, but he
writes me all the time.
goes through all the scripts, and he has a lot of the stuff that's in there was inspired by him, and really as an executive guiding where the stories should go. But one of the great things about having a great producer like that is you get great talent. So we've got great directors and everybody, and he able to pull this great.
You guys had
cast
Amy
together.
Heckerling, for God's sake. Like, how,
And Hal Hartley.
yeah, Hal Hartley does half the season
Hello,
this year.
Al.
So
Oh my God.
But was that part of the reason you all signed on when you saw the level of talent involved?
Sure.
sure. I mean, I don't know. I needed a job as well, but
I mean,
but of course it's exciting. I remember when we sat down at the first table read, and I had no idea who was going to be doing anything, and I sat down next to your name, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's what we're dealing with. I have to really make sure I do a good job now. I was only going to do like sort of a good job before, but
You're like, now it's serious.
now I really have to try.
How has the dynamic among you guys changed and evolved from season 1 to season 2?
More fed up with each other. I'd say. Yeah.
I mean, I feel completely isolated. I get a little bit time to play with this guy, but I never act with these guys, and I just feel.
And I only act with these guys, so sometimes I don't see anybody else but you.
Yeah, it's sort of
It's all right.
the
It's
groupings
fine. I'll deal with it.
change. So season 1, there was a lot more different pairings, and I worked a lot with Ennis, and not as much this year, and much more with Gina this year, and with you this year. I've never gotten to play with Jennifer. We pretend we're in the same show together. I've never seen her. She's never seen me. It's just a facade.
Scarcity is a value, though. It just makes me want him all the more.
Yes. It's what my wife tries to tell me. Just go away more, and I'll miss you.
So what can we expect from the season, from upcoming episodes?
You get your comedy, you get your drama, you got your 80s fashion and your 80s soundtrack, everything you want. It's all your major food groups.
Yeah, great music.
Great
We were just
music.
saying we think our music budget went up this year because we've got some really good stuff.
Do you guys have complete freedom shooting for Amazon? Is it different than being on a network show?
In terms of censorship?
Yeah, just creative freedom to do whatever you want and not based on ratings.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, they do. I mean, I say my lines as written.
No, but in terms of as a show, you don't have to worry about not
I mean, they're really smart, and they're doing so much incredible content, hour and half hour. They're just on fire, and they deliver really fast.
And
The next morning.
Jennifer can really explain how you get the show. Explain if you sign up for Amazon Prime with a 6-month trial, and then last year, we're all talking about the show, and Jennifer apparently had read the pamphlet that Amazon people asked us all to do, but only Jennifer memorized it and explained
In every interview?
Yes. No, just once, but it was so impressive, I've never forgotten it.
No, it's just because I'm a huge early adopter of Amazon, and what I do is I order things and I get them the next day, but because I'm so old, I don't remember what I ordered even from the night before, so it's like Christmas every fucking day.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, I needed that!
How did they know?
Jennifer, do you order at like 3 a.m. and then you wake up like and then 2 days later this thing arrives and you're like, what the hell? Did someone hack into my account?
Somebody has to do an intervention with you. No,
You're
no.
not at that level?
Oh, no.
It's just
That's a big red flag.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I just order, I order, in normal times. Yeah.
Business hours.
Think about it.
Paul, what's your favorite show to watch right now?
Of ours?
No.
Of any?
show?
You know what? I just finished watching last week. Finished watching John Turturro, the night of.
Oh,
Yo, I'm never wearing sandals.
good.
Yeah, that. Yeah, it was great. And,
never cooking with Crisco again.
Yeah. Bloodline. Finished watching Bloodline. Love that. How about you kids? What are you watching? What are the kids watching?
Westworld.
Westworld, pretty cool. I just want the production budget of that. You look, I go, well, that's a $10 million shot. That's beautiful. Yes, that's good.
Transparent.
I know Transparent. I was like, I think that's the most recent
Transparent,
one I
yeah.
watched was Transparent.
Keeping up with the
season.
Kardashians.
Look at me.
Hey, you know what?
It's so predictable.
Yeah.
I actually
what I
watched that all of today, really. And I did, yeah, it was really good.
You know, we call it keeping up, just so you know.
Oh, you don't say the Kardashian bit?
Just keeping up.
I call it the Kardashians. It's good. Twin Peaks, watching that, that's pretty good.
And Jennifer, what is your favorite wardrobe piece from the show that you've gotten to wear to relive the great fashion decade of the 80s?
From either season?
You're taking this very seriously. She's putting the coffee down. She's thinking,
She's pondering this one.
take a moment.
I don't have anything.
Come on.
I don't have anything. I don't have anything.
Yes, sometimes you do a period piece and you go, ooh, I want to take that suit home, or I want to take that dress. Yeah, not this one.
Oh, except for me, I want to take home everything I wear
you
pretty
have
much.
a
I'm sort
really
of the
good wardrobe
luckiest
on this
one, I
one.
think,
Yeah, she's young
wardrobe
enough
wise.
to make it look cool. On me, I just wearing normcore jeans just makes me look like a mom jean. You know, it's not good. You have to be really young to pull that shit off.
No, we've got, but in general, our costume designer is incredible and fine.
Incredible.
Just such good stuff that like it's not in your face and it's never, you know, it's not like,
No, they do a great job. But I'm just saying it's not the kind of thing where I'm going to steal that jacket.
oh, I'm gonna steal all of my things, especially everything. The Paris episode is basically Sky's fashion show, like.
Right, that's some great stuff.
And then there's New Jersey.
And then yeah, so.
But there's, especially in the first season, a lot of tennis scenes, and it's 80s, and you forget the shorts were like John Borg. They would be like
Wait, are you-
barely bigger than a Band-Aid.
Wait,
and so rarely.
are your brains hanging out?
Let me finish. And it's not the kind of thing you go, I have got to get more of those at home. If I can just get my hands on a box of those, won't the neighbors be impressed?
You know what? I bet they have them on Amazon.
Bet you they do.
They probably do.
They
There
bring
are
them to
things you
Jennifer's
wear.
house.
There are things you wear that you're like, oh, I see why this didn't make it
Yes.
until now.
Which is basically the entire era.
Yeah, more.
It'll be great. I mean, not that you're not doing a great job, but if there were any questions from the audience, that to me would be something
Well,
to
that's
do.
what we're about to do.
Oh, is that right?
That
I
is
didn't
Are
even
you
know.
trying to control it?
No, I
Are you
just-
trying to control it?
No,
You got somewhere to go?
Psychic. I just
He is
thought,
a psychic.
look at all these nice people. Maybe there's questions.
Literally was what I was about to say. So hit us, audience.
So I was wondering what your favorite episode from the season was to shoot, and did you guys have instant chemistry on set?
What was the second part? Do we have any what on set?
Instant chemistry on set.
And they have chemistry on set. Go, Alexandra. What was your favorite episode? I know right off the bat.
Yeah, it's obviously Paris. It's silly to say anything but that.
Paris, Westchester. Paris, Westchester.
Yeah. I mean, that was just fantastic. I mean, I've never gotten to like travel like that for work before, so that was definitely exciting. And it's also just a really great episode. My favorite one I watched is episode 9. I'm not going to tell you why, but I'm just saying
Really?
that's my favorite one of the season.
Now, this could be a coincidence, but that's the one I'm not in. Maybe that's coincidence? Did you feel there was a lightness to the show? A joy that was lacking in the others because I was bringing it in?
Sucked
Oh
out
gosh,
of it?
now I'm on the spot.
She couldn't even put her finger
I'm not
on
even
it.
really in episode 9
No,
though.
okay.
I usually like the episodes I'm not in very much in general.
I can't wait to see the show you guys are talking about. It sounds
No, it's
good.
Red Oaks. It's on Amazon. You can order it.
Season 2.
And I think, actually, to answer the chemistry, I think we all got along really well. It was such a fun group, and there's a lot of laughs, and they kept the dynamic on the set was very collegial and collaborative. So it was a great feel. Sometimes when people are miserable, you can see it on screen, but everybody here was having a great time, which I think that's what ends up on screen.
Yeah, it's the summer and you're filming. A lot of times you're filming at a country. You're hanging out at a country club all day. It's
Like
sort
summer
of hard
camp.
to have a bad time.
I kissed a girl and I liked it. Her name is Beth Stelling, and she's a really great stand-up. And she plays a girl that I went on a date with.
Wow, you really explore this season.
It's my job.
And next question, please.
Hey everyone, thank you for being here. Which cast member tends to break character the most?
Not me.
Gosh, I don't know.
Great character. That's a good question. I would
Ennis is in character a lot. He's always
Ennis
in character.
is in character all the time. Even,
He's always
yeah,
doing that accent.
even off camera. So
I've adapted the character because my character is very cranky and belligerent, which I had never thought of myself as, but now that I started playing that, I'm just annoying and belligerent to everybody, and it's wonderful. It's been an eye-opener.
So freeing.
Yeah, freeing, it is. And then I go home and I take off my bra, and that's 2 for 2. And I feel, it's like, I'm totally,
That is what we call
yes, experimenting. It's my job.
Next question, please.
Hello, guys. I know you mentioned earlier that you guys never were in a scene all together at one time. I had a question to see if you guys had an opportunity to do a scene together. What would be the plot of that scene, and what would be your entrance and your exit?
Okay,
That's the best question.
First of all, you're gorgeous. You look so fantastic. I could barely hear anything you said.
But that's the best question. You're really taking the kissing the girl scene a little too far. But that was a very good question. So you want us to write the scene and end it?
And exit and entrance.
And okay.
right. So when would you?
David,
do-
start the scene.
Oh,
It was the 4 of us. We're in a
the all
scene.
4
You
of us?
started.
Right now.
I enter with a British accent and then exit.
Oh. And that was just the 3 of us.
And
And then
Jennifer
we're just
says-
left. And I say, I got to take off my bra.
And then, of course, you would come in and say,
I would just roll my eyes because that's like half of my job on this show is
and-
rolling my eyes at you.
and then she would exit, and I'd be in a room going, what, do I have to do everything myself?
Ah, nice.
Scene. And scene.
And see.
That, my friend.
And when can we see the show?
You can see the show November 11th. How do they
Oh, I
get it?
can't wait.
How do they
How
get
do
it?
I do that?
On
Well,
Amazon. It's on.
you
You
go
get
to
Amazon
Amazon.
Prime, and then you then you
ask
get
your-
everything.
You ask your boyfriend. Very young boyfriend.
Or you
He'll
get a
know
child. Get a 10-year-old, and he'll hook it up for you.
Thank you guys so much for
Thank you, everybody.